welcome back. I'm here with the next team captain from the track Machine to Machine. I'm here with Soumya. Can you tell me a little bit about your track? What's the problem and what's the solution you guys are building?
Yeah, so what we are doing is that we are trying to look at the concept of transportation as a freedom. So we are all free, we appreciate being free, and what we see is that if we can transport freely in the existing ecosystem, we take away the boundary conditions of the need for money to travel, or the need to have the means, which is a car or any other sort of transportation unit to own it. And what we're trying to do is to think of a very futuristic state when, by studying the patterns for which people move, we're able to actually design blueprint for the new cities of the future. So to say, call them smart cities.
Wow,
that's what we're doing.
So it sounds great, and I think the impact would be huge if you succeed. So how far are you in the process of thinking of the concept and to actually building now?
Yeah, we are very confident that we have a minimum viable product that actually makes a lot of sense. It's fairly practical, it's fairly relevant, it takes the right kind of parameters into consideration, you know, because in the end, the problems are fairly complex, but the solutions can be very simple. But we're talking about a machine-to-machine economy, which depends a lot on how the ecosystem of machines develops. So we're talking about this place in the future when we have 3D printers, your transportation units can be printed, you have autonomous vehicles that can work without any legal implications, without any kind of challenges, you know, without any conflicts. So we are looking very far ahead. And the coolest thing about it is that you can imagine whatever you want, but that's also the flip side, because what you imagine is your realistic version of the future, but it could be very different. So what we're trying to do is to create an MVP that works, but we also would like to draw inspiration and knowledge from everybody who's involved in this ecosystem of change and really learn from them. Because if we want to redefine cities, then we want to know what do people want in cities that are redefined. Probably something like a happiness index, but what accounts for a happiness index? You know, what makes people happy, and so on. So it's sort of a pretty cool gig, so to say.
I can imagine, and I can tell you are very passionate about the subject and what you're making. Can you tell me about the rest of your team? Because I'm here now interviewing you. Yeah. Are they the same passionate people as you are, and what are the expertise?
More, I must say. No, we have an excellent, really cool team. We have two guys who work on BigChainDB. That's our DLT solution. Yes. We have two people who are working on the visualizations. A really kick-ass girl, by the way.
Cool.
And we have guys who are working on the logics of inputs and outputs. So we have transportation units. How does it decide this is the best path to take? How do you go to the place you want to be, or how do you bring the place to you as it should? And that's excellent. And I'm actually kind of holding it all together. I must say I'm not the most expert person, but I believe I am helping them channel their story right and my story right.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important within hackathons to have a diverse team. So everyone brings a different expertise to the table. I hear a lot of, which is good. You think about a lot of problems and questions. How do you validate all these the problems or questions now you have? So have you validated it?
Yeah, that's actually an excellent question, because what we are trying to do in the machine-to-machine economy track is to look at inspiration from nature. We have anthills, we have beehives, very simplistic Boolean elements, maybe that's the way to say it. They make simple, they are there for simple purposes, but together they have the capability to take decisions which are the best for the ecosystem. So, you know, we have a beehive, you have workers, and then suddenly there is you need a new queen, and boom, there's a transformation. So, you know, it doesn't happen because every element knows everything about the beehive. It happens because somehow with some kind of collective swarm intelligence, they can make this decision. And we are simply trying to incorporate that kind of logic into our solution. And we are finding a lot of interesting angles to it, indeed. And this will keep on developing over and over.
Well, that's incredible. So you take something from nature to make a product for the future. Well, that's amazing. So your role as team captain, can I say the queen bee who keeps everyone in check so that everyone works?
I think we work together on it, indeed.
How do you? What's your biggest challenge for you to within your team to manage it, or does everything just flows right now? Or
I think we had a challenge in the beginning to really understand what is crazy, because machine-to-machine economy is crazy, but what's insane, and you want to draw the line at the right point. You want to be crazy, cool crazy, but you don't want to sound like ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a fine line.
Yes, there's a fine line. And we succeeded in that. And I think what you said about having people from different angles, from different backgrounds, from different, technological, expertise, that really helps, because everybody looks at them from different dimensions, and then we come together. So we had a lot of brainstorming, emotional discussions, but I think we are really connected on how we want this to work out, and we're very excited because we genuinely think this is a solution that has a potential to change the world.
Oh wow, that's a great way to finish this interview. I'm so curious. I'm going to walk by your table to see what you're building next. Good luck to you and the rest of your team. And I hope you will enjoy the last 2 days. And thank you for this interview for now.
Yeah, thank you.